So you're saying that you work out once or twice a week. Let me just say off the get-go that if you train once a week, I'm never gonna be your friend. Maybe you're gonna pass on the street and I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna be a friend. I'm never gonna be your friend. We can't be friends. Once a week, it's too little. Twice a week is too little. I'm friends with people who work out from 4 to 6 times per week. But a guy asked me like a week ago, he said, I work out twice a week. And on one day I do upper body, the other day I do lower body. Am I doing it all right? Should I change my split? What can I do, Willow? And I was like, okay, let me help you. So I'm gonna give you a template, a pattern of training that you can use if you train from once to even 3 times per week. But mostly it will work on twice per week. And it will work for anybody. The grandma, the grandpa, the daughter, the son, the mother, the father, the dog, and the cat. So you say you can only work out twice a week. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna lay off that upper body, lower body split. Let's go for a full body split. That way you work each muscle twice per week and get most benefits. We're gonna work with compound movements, which is the best way and the most efficient way of, in a single movement, using a whole lot of muscles. So we get more bang for our buck in terms of time spent on the actual workout. Let's make it easy. When you work out, or in everyday life, you have 4 types of movement, of functional movement. So you can either pull, push, hinge, or squat. And these types of movements, if you do each one of them each day that you work out, you're gonna make sure that you're working and you're building all the muscles you need for everyday life. Let's start with the pushing movements. They work mainly the chest, shoulders, and triceps. You can either do the military press, which works more the shoulders, and it goes vertically, so you're pushing vertically. You can use either dumbbells or barbell. You have the bench press, in which you push from a lying position, so it's like an horizontal press, working mostly your chest. And you have the dips, which is one of my favorite exercises. Now for the pulling movements, which work mainly your back, biceps, and even forearms. You have the vertical pull, in which you can include the pull-ups, pronated grip, or the chin-ups with a supinated grip. Then you can row either unilaterally with a dumbbell or bilaterally, or even use a machine. Then you have the hinging movements, in which you kind of break your body in half from the hip. It's like you want to lower your chest towards the floor, and it's like somebody is pulling your pants back. This is the best way to describe it. The king of the hinge movements is the deadlift, which you can do either with the barbell or with dumbbells. And it works your whole posterior chain, not only your back, glutes, and hamstrings. Lastly, you have the squat. The squat works your entire body, especially if you put some weight on it. It also works your mobility as well. I would say beginners should use either a kettlebell or dumbbells in front to get that core activation. And once you're good at it, you can put the barbell either in front or lastly on your back. Now that you've learned the types of movements, let's assemble this whole thing. You're gonna always start with a squat movement because it's more technical. And you're gonna pair it in a superset with a pulling movement. You do 3 to 4 supersets of this with a good amount of rest, so you can power it up. Next up, you're gonna do a hinge movement, pair it up in a superset with a pushing movement. 3 to 4 supersets depending on your level. You're gonna do this for both days. These are the principles. But in the end, I will give you a printing version with everything from A to Z. And now that you've done these, we have conditioning in the end. For the metabolic conditioning part, I use 3 or 4 exercises, and I do 3 or 4 rounds of circuits combining all of them. Usually I rest for 1.5 to 2 minutes between each round. I would advise you to put an ab exercise or a core exercise, along with a cardio-driven exercise, and the other exercise or exercises that you put in is going to be according to what you want to work the most. So they can have either push, pull, hinge, or squat motions. Beware though that this is metabolic conditioning, so you're going for that metabolic stress instead of just putting a lot of weight. So it's gonna be a little lighter than before. And voila! Here's everything cut out for you, and you can print screen and you can follow this template and you'll have a lot of results. If you have any questions, you're not gonna have any questions. You know, I'm very clear and you understand it all. And once you start to get the hang of the technique and the skill, you're gonna start incrementing every week. You increment, not the reps, but you increment the weight just a little bit, and you get that linear progression that we all like, until you will have to obviously up the frequency of your workouts. Because remember, we're not friends. Not friends at all. You still got a lot of work to do to be Willow strong.